actually had to go out, so we're picking back up where we left off. Um, as I said, we're going to remove the water lines first. They're under here, the hot and the cold side. If you can get a good look at them, actually, it's going to show you. It's the hot and the cold side. These nuts right here will be removed with the crescent wrench. I'm going to be taking those off first. Once I get those off, we will go to the next step, which is going to be removing the lines from the top faucet. And once we get those lines removed, Ashley's going to pass me the phone, and we're going to remove the plastic clips. Can you give me the other crescent wrench? Okay, when taking off the water lines under here, you're going to need 2 crescent wrenches. You're going to have to put one here on this bottom nut, and then you're going to have to put the other one on the top nut up here that you can see, or you can't see actually, but when Ashley holds the phone under here, you'll be able to see. You have to hold this top one right here with one crescent wrench, and you have to hold the other one with this one to remove these, because if not, you'll actually ring off the copper line. And taking them off, it doesn't really matter that much, but when you're installing the new ones, you definitely don't want to mess up the new line because it'll be leaking. So it's always good to have a little towel under with you, because when you unloosen these lines, there's going to be some residual water that's in the lines that's going to leak. So it's always good to have something in here to help you dry things up with, which I did not put under here, which I should have prior to starting, but that's all right. I'll finish taking this off. Now that we've got both water lines removed, and we've got the area dried back up, we're going to remove these 2 clips, or 3 clips actually. There's some clips that holds the water lines on. They simply just pop off like that. This one pops off, and what that does is it keeps the water lines on the faucet on this type of faucet installation. We're going to pop these off, and then the water lines pull right off. Once we get the water lines removed, then we're going to take the nuts off from upstairs. Hold that again, little mama.
Okay.
Everybody met Youpie?
Youpie. Say hey. Say hey, everybody. Say I'm the cutest boss there is. Youpie.
Youpie's one of the best helpers that we've ever had. Now that we've got the old water lines removed, I can now take the wrench that I had earlier and begin to move the nuts that are actually holding the faucet itself on with. take the cold water one off first for the moment. You want to keep it from turning. There we go. Good job. Little Mama always does an excellent job. Next to Yuppie, she's one of the best helpers I've ever had. We are really a duo team. I couldn't do this without her. She has truly been a blessing to the business and to me and Yuppie and our other schnauzers that we have. These come off, as I said, with that wrench. Once these are removed, we'll be able to put the new ones in the same way that we're taking these out. They've been here a while, so typically these nuts come off a little easier. But again, when things are installed for a while, especially anything that has water, it tends to get corroded after a while. This one's really giving me a fit. Oh, it does not want to come off. I hate to tell you, little buddy, but you got to come off because we got to get rid of you. There we go. Now, once that has been removed, like so, you can take the entire assembly out, and then we will do the same thing on the next two. Little Mama, if you'll hold that camera again and let me get the nut off this other one. I'm going to take the center one off this time.
Did it come off or come loose?
It is coming loose. Now we've got this one in the center. It's coming off the same way as, can you hold it straight for me? There you go. Crooked makes it kind of hard to get your nuts off. No pun intended. All right, little Mama, you can take that one out. And I'll pass the phone back to Ashley, and then I'm going to get the last one unscrewed. And this one's really corroded, so I have a feeling this one is going to give me a fit. Typically, the hot water side usually is the one that corrodes the worst. Oh yeah, it's not happy, guys. And when they're not happy, I'm not happy because it doesn't want to come off. Oh yeah, this one's gonna give me a real fit, it looks like. Be nice. Little water in the eye never hurts anything. Make sure if you got any trash in your eye, it's gonna get it washed out for you real well. And this one is severely corroded. So it's giving me a severe time with its severe corrosion. All right, so I finally got most of the corrosion broke loose. I want to show you. You can see all the rust and corrosion. That is, a lot of this is calcium deposit minerals from the water. Remember, this side was leaking, so the water was running down around it. So a lot of that is, like I said, minerals that have corroded this. All right, little mom's gonna have to hold it again because I've got to get the towel for one. Then I've got to get the wrench again because, as I said, it is severely corroded, and then it's going as far as it's gonna go on its little corroded adventure. So we're gonna grab the wrench again after getting the rusty corrosion out of my eye, so I can see. And we're gonna try again with the wrench because we've gotten to that point where it's stopped again. And the wrench is turning it just fine. Just my fingers weren't strong enough to turn it past the corrosion. And I'll show you what the wrench looks like on the nut. This is the kind of wrench that I was sharing with you. It grabs a hold of the nut and spins it. So each time you try to take it off, you just use this wrench to take them off and put them on. You can't get like a regular conventional wrench or crescent wrench or whatever into these small areas. So this is a specialty tool. So if you're trying to do this at home yourself, again, this is going to be the specialty tool that you're looking for. It's specifically designed for plumbing, putting in and removing faucets. All right, now we got that one off. So now we got the hot, cold, and the faucet off. We're gonna restart the installation of the new faucet. First, we're going to clean up this area here. As you can see, there's a lot of funk and corrosion. Again, a lot of minerals from the water from where it's been leaking. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit.
That's our new faucet that we're installing.
All right, so this part is going to go back in the center. Do you have all the parts and pieces out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any type of base that this sits on?
What'd you do with it a while ago? There was 2 bags I handed you a while ago. Right there.
Okay.
And then all 3 ways behind you.
All right, so this is the base that the faucet's going to sit on. Goes in like so. Then this is going to insert here and rotate in position. And Ashley's going to hold that for me while I take these parts. This is the nut that actually holds that on. It goes on the thread, and this is the bolt that goes on it. Typically, they send you a wrench that goes on here with the faucet, but I don't think they have, but we'll be able to use our wrench. A lot of times they send a little plastic wrench that slides up over the thread, fits right on this nicely and tightens it up, but it doesn't appear that Delta has put one in this particular faucet setup, so we're going to go under and use this. Now this little piece that they have sent with this faucet, this toothy end and this toothy end will actually remove the filter from under here. If you can hold the camera under the faucet, there is a filter under here that the water comes out of. It helps aerate it, and it also helps keep out some of the trash. But this will fit right in here, and it will remove that filter. So sometimes you have to take one end or the other, it's the little end, and those will fit right into the grooves that's under there, and this will turn this filter out. So sometimes you have to clean it out. So that's an important part that they sent. I'm going to go back under here and get this piece going. We're going to get this set up. Rubber piece goes on first. Hold still for us, little mama. This is going to screw right up. Anybody that's watching, please like and subscribe. It's going to help the channel. We're going to get this out to a lot of DIY folks. That way they'll have a good idea of how to fix things themselves. Once you get that snug, you can take a crescent wrench to tighten it up. You want to make sure that you've got somebody helping you because we're not going to want the faucet to be crooked on the cabinet, and we're also going to want it to stay lined up with the hole that's in the cabinet for the faucet. We don't want it to be shifting around, getting crooked or whatever. So you're going to have somebody hold that for you. And how does that feel, Ashley? Is that good? Yeah. You don't want to over tighten it because these sinks like these are porcelain, and you can over tighten it until it actually would break the sink. So be careful. You want to tighten it enough to where you're not going to be able to just move the faucet with your hand, but you don't want to over tighten this and crack or break your sink, or you'll be replacing that.
I'm gonna do hot water next. Get it all.
Now this piece comes off the hot water one. And as Ashley puts it in, we're going to be replacing this back on the end of the water line and back up over the actual water line itself. Yes.
This one's turning backwards.
You got to spin it around. You got it right now. And you got to turn it. Hold on a second. You don't have to pull it out because pulling it out is not going to do anything. That you can turn it without pulling it out. It's just going to turn in a circle. So if you just hold on 1 minute, let me get this nut right here started, and then you can do what it is you need to do. And I dropped the phone because I'm trying to put the nut on the faucet and hold the phone and the camera at the same time. We're kind of new to this channel, as you can tell. So we're trying to get this all figured out, how to actually do this with the recording and whatnot. So now that we've got that on, Ashley said that she's not sure about the placement of the handle because, you know, the handle's going to turn on and off toward the front. So you don't want it turning on and off toward the back of the sink. See, as of right now, it's turning on and off toward the back of the sink. So hold that just a second. We want to turn it on and off like this. On to the front of the sink, off. So she's going to hold it right here like this. Now we can go back under and tighten it up. Make sure that you got your placement correct. So these will take, once I get it up all the way tight, this is going to take a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten up. That's how you get it snug as possible, by turning it like that. And then you'll get the Phillips head screwdriver and turn those screws. Don't know if I can get to it with my impact, but I'm going to try. I think that I'm going to have a handheld Phillips head. I may be able to get to it with this. Okay, yeah, we got to that side. We're going to have to turn the impact around. Okay, this thing says it's locked, actually, the spinning left and right. So if you can figure out how to unlock the screen so it turns, it won't show it's blocking me. When I'm holding the screen, it's not flipping around. So it's actually, I think it's turning me off so nobody can see me. Get the screen figured out.
I'm trying, honey.
Okay.
I don't know if it's something with YouTube or what, because your phone's on.
Okay, I'll rotate. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put the cold water side in. Little mama's getting this cold water side ready. And again, when we place the cold water valve in the sink, we're going to want it to turn off towards the hold that still. You're going to want it to turn off toward on, off, just like that. So make sure when you're holding it in place that it's perfectly off and at a 90-degree angle perpendicular to the sink. And I'll climb back under and put this back on. Hey, Yuppie, what you doing, buddy? Come here, Yuppie. You want to hang out and help him get this going? Again, he is my service dog. He is for PTSD. So it's really important that he's always around. He's actually trained to give what's called deep pressure therapy. That is where he will actually basically give me a hug when I'm having a bad day sometimes. Um, and anybody out there who has PTSD, that is a real thing, as you guys well know. We want to support you guys. We want to let you know that if you need a service dog, um, you can contact Canine Companions. They have a place in Florida and they have a place in Ohio. You can send your dog. You have to pay for the shipping, crating shipping, but they will train your dog for free. And then they'll get it sent back to you. That is Canine Companions in Ohio and Florida. And they are a really good group of people. They are doing that again for no charge for the training, which is really awesome because those of us who need service dogs, they are just a blessing to us to be able to offer that service and training for free. I did not know that when I got Yuppie, so I paid $10,000 for his training, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It would be nice that if I could have gotten it done for nothing, but I could afford it at the time, and I'd do it again if I had a chance. Now we're gonna place the triple valve on this. Now, a lot of times, these water lines won't work again on your new faucets, and you have to replace those. I'm hoping that these will fit. If they don't, we'll have to grab our water lines to replace. I'm going to place this on now, and I will show you how that is done. All right, if you will take a look here, you've got there's no direction on this, which one is which, as long as you get hot, faucet, and cold. So you take the hot water and you plug it in here until it clicks. Then you take the actual faucet, click it in the center until it clicks. And you take the cold water, click it in the center, clicks. Okay, so now you're all set up with your water. Now, what you want to do is take these factory fittings off. Again, you're going to want to take both your crescent wrenches to get the plastic pieces. You're going to hold the lines again, just like we did earlier. We're going to hold one with one wrench, and then we'll hold the other with the other wrench so that we can turn these off. Just give me a little bit of a fun show here. All right, got that one, got this one loose, so now I'm gonna just pull it the rest of the way off. All right, there we go. Now we've got the caps off, and we're ready to put the water lines back on. We're gonna hope for the best with these, that they go back on. And this one, of course, is the hot water because it has a little bit of the minerals on the side of the line here. We're gonna try this, see if it works. It may. I think it's gonna reach. All right, you want to hand me those two wrenches? All right, we're going to get this tightened back up. Okay. Then we'll connect this back to the hot water side.
When we get back to the house later tonight, can you bleach this? We were down at that room.
Here.
Oh, okay.
And we've about got this one tightened up. So once we get this one tightened up, we'll follow suit. The same thing that we did with this one with the cold water side. And make sure that your nuts really tight until they bottom out, because you don't want any leakage of any kind. All right, nice and tight. So Ashley will pass me the other one. We'll get it back on the cold water side. And then we're also gonna have to change out the drain that's in the sink. Is that a chupacabra whistling?
Yeah.
We have chupacabras in the mountains. Actually, it's called a boojum. We have little boojums here. They're little monsters that are in the forest that like to follow you and find gems. They're good for picking out gems, and they'll leave piles of gems here and there. So if you're ever in the mountains, in the Appalachian Mountains, and you have to stumble across a pile of gems or gem rocks that have been just left in a nice neat little pile, beware, because you know there is a boojum near. Try not to drop your wrenches, especially on your face if you're under the sink. That don't feel good.
What are you talking about? That's just booty marks.
What's that?
Dropping the wrench on your face.
Oh yeah, that makes her nice beauty marks. Once we get this line right here tightened up, we're gonna turn the water on and give it a test and see. Make sure we don't have any leaks anywhere. All right, it's got it snug. Now we're gonna turn the water back on. By turning your water lines back, opened up. And we're gonna open up the other. You got cold water. And you want to make sure that you inspect under your sink. Make sure that you have no leaks. We got to do some faucet adjustment. Little mama, she let my faucet turn on me a while ago. Instead of having it straight at a 90-degree angle, now we're turned straight toward the back. So always make sure that your sidekick there holds it without it turning on you. It's no big deal, but see, my sidekick is dead. She gave me the tongue out. All right,
I thought
guys.
it was straight.
Well, we'll just simple loosen it back up, and we'll get it turned straight, and then we'll get it put back in its position.
He's gonna beat me.
With a wet noodle.
With a wet noodle.
Yeah.
on me. It's still.
I've not turned it because I can't get the screw loose.
Oh,
Yeah, so once the screw gets loose, I'll tell you, hey,
I thought you
let's
had
turn it straight. All right, now we've got the screws loose. We want to make sure that we get the handle straight, so it's at a 90-degree angle.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
We're holding on for 1 second.
No, it.
Let me get it out and get it straight so that I can get it back in this position it's supposed to be in. And then we'll. Just like
I got
that.
it.
You just got to hold it right here and spin it. So if you spin it this way, it's not going to be straight. So you have to hold this at the bottom and make sure that it's locked in a 90-degree angle, and then hold it tight right there so that your partner can get it tightened up. And now I'm going to go back under and get the screws tightened. And we will be in.
Nobody said I was good with plumbing.
Little Mama's good with everything. Her husband, just like everybody out there in DIY land and everybody in general, people make mistakes, and that's just what we do as human race. But the thing about it is when you make a mistake, being able to correct it, that's what makes you a master.
And we're good to go.
And now we're nice. Both handles are 90 degrees parallel to the faucet. Faucet is straight with the sink. So that's how you change a Delta faucet. Remember, like and subscribe, share this channel. It's going to help it get out to a lot of folks. People can be able to DIY. It's very important to help folks out, especially in today's economy where it's really hard to even buy groceries this day and time. Share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.